Okay, one of y'all has your volume on a little bit too loud.
I don't know.
Hello? Is the volume still an issue by chance?
I don't hear anything.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I don't know.
We're having an audio issue. Let me see.
Oh, she's on mute. It says she's on, her mic is off.
So she'll turn it on.
Yeah, she should turn it off.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sit down. So
Yeah,
All right, hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is our 8:30 docket for December 6th, Fredericksburg Municipal Court. I'm just going to see at first who all is here, and then we'll take each case individually. Elizabeth Katrina,
Here.
Adam Morris. I believe that's the Cerna.
Your Honor, I'm present for Mr. Morris, Caesar Cerna.
Brandon Newsom,
I'm sorry?
Brandon Newsom here.
Ruben Rodriguez,
Yes, ma'am.
Samantha Rodriguez,
I'm here.
Jose Rubio Sanchez,
I'm here.
Isaac Schwartz. I believe, is this the Ovila or Vila law firm?
Yes, Judge, we're present. He's here in my office as well.
Great. Charles Senseman, I believe, is there Mr. Porter appearing on behalf?
Good morning, Judge. My name is Joseph Strickland. I'm an attorney in Mr. Porter's firm. I'm appearing for Mr. Senseman.
Great. And Mr. Viramontes? Be here. Doesn't look quite yet.
Viramontes, can you hear us?
Dion, did I miss him? Oh, there he is. It looks like you're muted. Mr. Viramontes, do you see the button on there?
Oh, he's on mute. Well,
There, I sent him a message. We'll see if he gets it.
Ya no quiero saber de cortes, this little thing like this of tickets and thing. It's just something small. Ya me estoy nervioso, estoy.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute Mr. Rodriguez. There. Okay, for the attorneys that are here, let me see.
Hello, are you able to hear me by chance? This is Jaime Viramontes.
Yes, I can now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so Mr. Vila, this is on Isaac Schwartz. Did you need to speak with the prosecutor on this case?
Judge, actually, we have been passing this case because we are waiting for a decision from the district attorney's office on a companion case. I believe it's on the case of 220357. We were able to resolve the misdemeanor accompanying case, and now I'm waiting for a result from the district attorney's office.
Okay.
So I was going to request another continuance to allow them to make a decision on their case.
Absolutely. Why don't we, our next Zoom docket is going to be January 3rd at 1:30. Do you want another Zoom appearance? Is that a little more convenient?
Yes, Judge, I would respectfully ask for a Zoom conference. This is perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to reset both of the Schwartz cases for January 3rd by Zoom again at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Strickland, on Charles Sensman, do you need to speak with the prosecutor privately on that case?
Yes, please, Judge.
Okay, so we're going to put you in a breakout room for that. I will let you know on this particular case, 220944. He spent a minimum of 8 hours at Gillespie County Jail, so I have already credited fine and court costs $150. So if there were to be some sort of plea on the case, whether that's deferred or some sort of no contest plea, it would be $281.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Let me go ahead and create a breakout room and get you in there so that you can start having a discussion. Okay, you should be receiving that. Okay, so while we're waiting for them to have that private conversation, I'm going to go ahead and start at the beginning of the docket with Elizabeth Katrina, court cause 201080. Good morning, Ms. Katrina.
Good morning.
Okay, it appears that you received a citation back on November 18th of 2020. It was a speeding ticket. The alleged violation was 58 in a 40. I have that you have not entered a plea on this case. Looks like you were going 18 over. So your choices today, you can have a conversation with the prosecutor privately if there's any kind of information you want to share with her that may impact some sort of plea deal that she may or may not offer. Or if you wanted to enter a plea of no contest, which simply means you're not going to contest the ticket, you would owe $390. If you're unable to pay that within 30 days, we can talk about a payment plan or possibly community service hours. Or of course, you have the option to contest the case and we can set you for pretrial and a trial. What would you like to do today?
I'll do the no contest.
Okay. And would you be able to pay within 30 days, or do we need a payment plan or possibly community service hours in lieu of payment? It would be $390, but we might be able to, I'm sure if you needed a payment plan, we can come up with something that would work for you.
No, I'll just go ahead and pay within the 30 days.
Okay. In entering a no contest plea, you are waiving your right to a trial, whether that is a jury trial or a bench trial. You're also waiving your right to remain silent because you are entering that no contest plea. You're also waiving your right to consult with an attorney. Knowing those three rights, do you wish to waive them and go forward?
Right, correct.
Correct. Okay. Court accepts your plea and finds that you've made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights. And I'm going to enter judgment in the amount of $390 to be paid within 30 days.
Okay.
So we're going to send you paperwork by email. We're also going to put on there the different ways that you can pay, whether it's online. You can certainly come down here to the court if you live locally, and you can also pay by phone. Do you have any questions that I can answer for you?
After I pay the fine, or can I renew my, because I need to renew my driver license. So I'm able to renew it after I pay the fine?
That would be up to the Department of Public Safety. I'm not for sure. I wouldn't know if you have any other holds on your license, but as soon as you pay this, get a hold of them and see what all you need to do in order to get your license renewed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I'm sorry, you have one other case. I apologize. It's the violate promise to appear. It looks like you were set for court on December 2nd of 2020, and you failed to appear on that date after receiving notice. If you pled on that case, the amount due would be $455. Now that you're here and you've appeared on your case, do you want to talk with the prosecutor privately and see if she wants to go forward on that failure to appear now that you have shown up to court and you've taken care of things?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put you in a breakout room in just a minute. I'm going to hear from Ms. Pearson and Mr. Strickland real quick on whether or not they have an announcement on their case. So give me just a minute, and then I'm going to create a room for you to have a private conversation with Ms. Pearson. Okay, the court is going to recall, let's see, which case are you on? The Senseman matter 220944. Ms. Pearson, Mr. Strickland, do you have an announcement on this case?
Yes, we certainly do. In exchange for a plea of no contest, we are going to enter into, it's my recommendation that we enter into a 90-day deferral with the 4-hour online drug and alcohol class, no new offenses, and then fine and court cost.
Okay. Were there any other offenses that were charged at the time of the public intoxication?
There was not.
Okay. And are there any other alcohol-related offense on Mr. Senseman's criminal history?
No, there's not.
Okay. If you both want to submit that paperwork to me, I'll get it signed and get in order to both of you so that you can wrap up the case.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
Mr.
you, Judge.
Strickland, do you have anything else on this particular matter? Like I said, the fine and court cost would be $281.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Is that your only case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right. You may be excused. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Pearson. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Pearson, you just heard that Ms. Katrina does have a violate promise to appear. I'm going to create another breakout room and send you both to that so that you can have a private conversation with her and see how you want to go forward on that case.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Katrina, you're going to receive an invite to that room here in just a minute.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'm going to switch you over, Ms. Pearson. Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Cerna, on Adam Morris's case, is this the one where you filed a motion to reconsider the deferral denial?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you want to hang tight real quick, we'll get Ms. Pearson back over here. Oh, sorry, did you not receive?
I did. Well, I went and then it brought me back to the main room.
Oh, well, that's not very helpful. Hold on just a second. Let me get you over there. All right, you may receive a couple of invites. Eventually, I will get you to room 2.
Okay.
All right, we'll see if that works. Mr. Cerna, before we proceed on the motion to reconsider, did you?
I'm still here.
Did you receive another one?
Yes, but it went to room 1.
Okay, you should receive another one to room 2.
Okay.
Let me redo it. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna have to send you back to room 1, but go ahead and click on it, and then I'll pop you back over to room 2.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Cerna, hold on real
That's no,
quick.
no worries.
I will eventually get to you.
I
Now,
blocked out my morning for this.
okay. Okay, now it should work. Mr. Cerner, would you like the opportunity to speak with Ms. Pearson before proceeding on your motion?
She made an offer. I think you know that, Judge. I guess, yeah, sure, I can talk to her. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, and then once you are done talking, we can proceed with your motion if you just want to hang tight.
Surely.
Okay. The court is going to call 220799, State of Texas versus Brandon Newsom. See where Mr. Newsom's at. There he is.
Hello. Good morning.
All right. So we set this today for a pretrial hearing, the alleged violation with public intoxication that took place on October 2nd of this year. I saw that you did spend a minimum of 8 hours in Gillespie County Jail, so I did already credit fine and court costs in the amount of $150. So depending on what happens on your case, whether you plead no contest or you perhaps come up with a plea agreement with Ms. Pearson, the total amount that would be owed is $281. So you have a couple of options. If you want to speak with Ms. Pearson privately in a breakout room to see whether she will offer you some sort of plea deal, you can do so. If you know that you do not want to contest the ticket and you would rather just enter a plea, you can do so. Or if you already know that you want to contest the ticket, we can set you for trial. What would you like to do?
I'd like to talk to Ms. Pearson.
Okay. Okay, if you just want to hang tight, we've got a couple ahead of you, and then we'll take up your case, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. All right, court calls 220526, State of Texas versus Ruben Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, good morning, sir. Let me unmute you. Mr. Rodriguez, are you able to unmute yourself? We can't hear you.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
Okay. Good morning, Judge. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm just doing great, ma'am. Just, just busy. I was at work, but it's okay.
Okay.
I want to, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it appears that you received a ticket on July 8th of this year. The alleged violation was no driver's license. So you've got a few options this morning. Have you been able to get your driver's license, or did you have a driver's license at the time of the offense?
Okay, Judge. I already got the 6-hour course, and then I already got two certificates. And then yesterday I took a picture with the DPS, and they gave me the appointment for the driving test.
Okay.
On Monday at 3:30 p.m. Monday. I got the thing right here with me.
Okay.
I don't know if you could see it, but I got everything. I went yesterday because I had to wait 21 days because I owed some fines.
Okay.
It's reinstatement fines, and I paid them, but I had to wait 21 days to come off the computer. And then yesterday I went to take the picture, paid $33, and Monday they're ready for me to drive at 3:30.
Okay, that sounds great. So what I'm
And
going
I'm so sorry, Judge, that and then I had a death yesterday, and the family, my wife's sister, they live in back of our house in an RV, and we found her dead.
well, I'm
So
sorry
all
to
this
hear
is-
that. I'm
yeah,
sure that's been very difficult. Well, so
Yes,
what I'm going to do, Mr. Rodriguez, I would much rather you have your driver's license than enter a plea in this case. So I'm going to give you some additional time now that you've got your appointment to get your driver to have your driving test. Why don't we reset you to January 3rd? We can do Zoom again and give you the opportunity to get that license.
Oh,
How does that sound?
that'll be awesome, Judge. Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I'm gonna
That'll-
reset your case for January 3rd at 1:30. We're gonna send you a notice again, and then you'll receive the Zoom link a few days prior to that. If you get your driver's license, even if they just
Yes,
send you the paper saying, hey, you've passed, here's your temporary permit, even if you don't have the actual card yet, send us or send Miss Hogue proof that you have your license, and then we can send your case on to Miss Pearson. Generally, what she does is she dismisses these cases as long as you've got your driver's license. We would much rather you have that than enter a plea and not be able to get your license. How does
Yes,
that
ma'am.
sound?
Yes, Judge. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we've got to reset. If you get that license prior to January 3rd and you show proof of it, then you won't need to show up on January 3rd. Okay.
Yes, Judge. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Do you
I
have any?
appreciate you, Judge.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I've been doing what you tell me, and it just takes time, and it's getting there. And I just appreciate you, ma'am, for your time and helping me out, Judge.
You
Yes,
bet.
ma'am.
Well, Mr. Rodriguez,
ma'am.
thank you for being here this morning, and you can be excused.
Okay, Judge. Thank you. You have a blessed day, ma'am.
All
Thank you.
right, you too. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Pearson, let's see. Have you had the, let's see, I believe we're speaking with Mr. Newsom. And he is back. Is that right? I want to make sure I'm not getting confused with another case. Okay, with Mr. Newsom. So Miss Pearson and Mr. Newsom, do we have an announcement on the case?
We have actually not met yet, ma'am.
Oh, you have it. Okay, I'm sorry. Miss Pearson, you're on mute. Who did you meet with?
So sorry, I was talking with Elizabeth Katrina, and
Oh,
she has not been brought back into the main room yet.
Okay, I knew I was getting ahead of myself. All right, let me move her back into the main session. And she should be right over. Okay, Miss Katrina, is there an announcement on the violate promise to appear case?
Yes, ma'am, there is. I am going to prepare a dismissal on that case.
Okay. All right, Miss Katrina, Miss Pearson is going to submit a motion to dismiss on the violate promise to appear case. So that case will be closed as soon as I receive that. And then, of course, on the speeding case in which you did enter a plea that we already talked about, you're going to pay the $390 within 30 days.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for being here, ma'am. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Ms. Pearson, Mr. Cerna has appeared on the case with Adam Morris as the defendant. He had filed the motion to reconsider my denial of the deferred in this case, but he would like to have an initial conversation with you in private.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you in a breakout room.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It works. Okay, you should both be receiving those invites.
Just received it. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, Mr. Newsom, we still have you waiting to speak with the prosecutor. You are second there. Looks like we are on 220946, the state of Texas versus Samantha Rodriguez. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, ma'am.
So it appears that you received a citation on November 22nd. The alleged violation was public intoxication. On this particular case, what I do is if you have spent a minimum of 8 hours in jail, the statute allows fines and court costs to be credited by $150. Whenever I looked you up, unfortunately, you did not spend a minimum of 8 hours in jail. So the amount that you would owe, if either you were convicted or you entered a no contest plea or possibly entered into a plea with the state, would be $431. Do you want the opportunity to speak with Ms. Pearson and see if she's willing to offer you some sort of plea agreement? Do you already know that you want to contest the case and set it for either pretrial or trial, or you just want to enter a no contest plea and be done? What would you like to do this morning?
I would like to speak with Ms. Pearson, please.
We have got you in line to do so.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. If you just want to hang tight real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, court cause 220388, the state of Texas versus Jose Rubio Sanchez. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
It appears that you had received a ticket on this case in May of this year for going 60 and a 40, and you had requested the driver's safety course. And the reason why you were set for show cause this morning is because we have not received that driver's safety course certificate in order to dismiss your case. So the reason for this, rather than just entering a conviction on your case and you owing the rest of the amounts, this gives you an opportunity to show good cause as to why you have not taken your course.
Yes, Your Honor. I forgot to do the course. It was on my list to do. I don't really have a good cause. I was caught up with work, and I don't have an excuse or a real cause. I just it was just forgot, and I didn't take the course, and 2 months went by.
Well, we give you 90 days, and you well exceeded that. And while, you know, I am sympathetic that people do get busy, this isn't, and you know, the driver safety course is a privilege. It gives you the opportunity to get your case done without getting a conviction. And unfortunately, forgetting is not good cause for allowing any additional extensions on the case. So I'm going to find that you have not shown good cause for turning in your driver safety course certificate. The remaining amount on your case is $150, and a conviction for speeding is going to enter. Are you able to pay the remaining $150 within 30 days, or do you need a payment plan? Or our finance is pretty tight and we need to talk about something like community service hours?
I believe I can pay the fine now,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to issue an order. The $150 remaining on the case is going to be due within 30 days. And we can send you that order by email, also by mail, so that you have that and you know what your deadlines are. Do you have any questions about this case?
There is no possibility of deferral at this point, ma'am?
No, sir. You've already entered the no contest plea. And so at this point, the plea has already been entered and you just simply didn't do the driver safety course. So we're past the point of entering the plea.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any further questions I can help you with?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may be excused.
Bye. Thanks.
Okay. I'm taking care of those. All right, Mr. Viramontes, thank you for your patience this morning. On your case, it appears that you did enter plea on both of these cases and you were given community service hours that we have not received.
The coordinator for the community service of the Animal Services of El Paso had sent an email yesterday, and I also have the document here as well with the recorded hours.
Okay, that you've completed them. Give us just a
Yes,
moment.
she sent. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
she
okay.
had sent the document to Mr. Aguilar, which is the Fredericksburg Community Service Coordinator. But I also have it right here if you'd like a copy.
Okay. Well, hold on just a minute. Ms. Hoke is going to verify that we've received the, that email. And then it may be that, let me check to see if we've received that email. If you just want to hang on for a few more minutes, let us verify this information. If we don't have the email, then we can try to contact Mr. Aguilar, or perhaps you can email us
Yes,
a copy of those
absolutely.
hours.
Yes. To what address may I forward this document?
Ms. Hogue?
Or
I'm checking the emails.
Okay.
I haven't received anything from Mr. Aguilar. But I heard him mention that it was just sent to him yesterday. So he may still have it in his emails to forward to us. Let me keep checking here real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Let me look at
Okay,
this.
no, I don't have anything from Mr. Aguilar, but you can certainly forward anything over to us here at the municipal court at fbgtx.org email address.
FD.
Municipal court at, sorry, my mask, let me take it off. fbgtx.org.
FBGTX?
F as in Fredericksburg, fbgtx.org.
Okay. FB, and then I'm sorry, F as in Fred, B as in boy, G as in girl?
Girl.
Yes, and then T.
It's like you're abbreviating Fredericksburg, Texas, fbgtx.org.
Thank you so much. I believe I have it right here and I am sending it now.
Okay. Mr. Ramontes, we're just going to, we'll wait to receive that, and then I'm going to recall your cases, okay?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, let me get back over here to this screen real quick. Okay, we can go back to the Adam Morris case, 220671. Ms. Pearson and Mr. Cernan, do you have any kind of announcement for the court based on your conversation, or do you want to proceed with the motion to reconsider?
Judge, we would like to proceed with the motion for reconsideration. I did have a chance to speak to Ms. Pearson, and I believe she still has the same position as she had when she first made the initial offer. I'll let her speak to that if she would like to. That's up to her.
Your Honor, in regards to this case, the only thing I would offer is, and I believe I sent it to you, is his driving history. And if you have a record of that, that is the reason that I recommended the deferral to begin with. But my position, you know, it hadn't changed, and I would just defer to the court on this.
Okay, Mr. Cerna, if you would like to proceed on your motion to reconsider.
Yes, Your Honor. We would like the court to reconsider the court's position on this case. My client, Adam Morris, is 34 years old, 34 years of age. He has, as you can see, he's got a pretty clean driving history. Your Honor, one of the main things here is that he works for a construction company. He's a construction manager. He lives in Hillsboro, Texas. And currently, Judge, he's managing a pretty big project there at the county on renovating the county. It's a multi-million-dollar job for the county. And, you know, he's concerned whether this would affect him in his employment with this company. Judge, this is the way he describes it to me, Judge. This is an isolated incident for him. He does not speed, as you can see his driving history there. He was with a friend, and they were either coming or going from, I guess, a golfing trip there in your county. And he was just excited about that. And he let his, you know, excitement get the best of him. And so, you know, we'd ask the court to reconsider that, Judge. If he has to pay extra or do an aggressive driving course or whatever the court orders, we have no problems with that, Judge. And so, again, we'd ask for your reconsideration. You know, Judge, I have seen some cases where I've got clients that are 18-year-olds with a lead foot and multiple violations, and this is not the case where you would have to worry about him. having a problem down the road.
All right, give me just a moment. Here's the problem with going 28 over. As you know, we're a small tourist town. And when the legislature did, for instance, the mandatory driving safety course, they don't take into consideration little small towns like ours, which have very low speed limits, because once you hit our city limits, you're talking about roads that have residential areas right off of them, that have schools right off of them. And I know this was not a school zone. Our main street is 30 miles an hour. So with the DSC case, if it was mandatory driving safety course, in a 30, they're going over 50 down our little main street with all of these different pedestrians. And that's why I hesitate to do the 28 over, because, our little Friendship Lane, that is going very fast down that particular road, particularly with all of the different residences and other things from these roads that offshoot into it. On this case, I realize that he has a clean driving history, but it looks like from what I'm seeing that driving history goes back to 2018. I would be willing to do the deferral with the addition, not only the driving safety course, but also 8 hours of community service.
Okay, Judge, I mean, it means a lot to him to try to keep this off his record. So I would say yes to that, Judge, without even asking him.
Okay.
And he'll do whatever he needs to do to complete that. I know he says he puts in a lot of hours, but he'll fit it in some way. Unless the court allows him to buy into it, like a food bank or something. But if no, he'll do the 8 hours.
I would rather get the point across. If you saw this street, Mr. Cerna, and I realize that you're trying to do the best for your client on that. It's a continual safety problem that we have in this town from people who just kind of come flying through here, without regard to the speed limits, particularly on this particular route. But I will approve the deferral with the addition of the 8 hours of community service. He's already maxed on the fine. It's $200. He would owe $334, 8 hours of community service, complete that course, no new offenses within a 90-day period.
Judge, we'll accept that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
And Judge, I do appreciate, I've been through your town, and you're right. It's a nice little sleepy town. And I'm sure you want to keep it that way. And I know the tourists, I go there sometimes with my family, and I can appreciate your concern. But look, I can tell you this, he's not a habitual violator. He's not a speedster or anything like that, a young kid. So I can assure you he's a responsible person.
And I appreciate that. And, I can, certainly sympathize, that he is in construction, he's on the road a lot, and that it is important to keep this off of his record. If council just wants to submit another motion for deferred, or I can simply enter the deferred order, what would you prefer? Just go ahead and enter the deferred order with the addition of the 8 hours?
Yes, that's fine, Judge. Yeah, we're fine with that. We're perfect with that.
All right, so I will go ahead and get that done. That will issue either, we're in court most of the day, but I'll try to get that out to you today, tomorrow at the very latest.
That's fine, Judge. And then just for clarification on the 8 hours, just a nonprofit, right, Your Honor? A nonprofit?
Yeah, I'm not going to have them monitored. If he can, you can help him figure out a nonprofit, that would be fine.
I'll help him with that, Judge. Not a problem. Okay. Yeah, I'll await your order, and we'll make sure to comply with that.
All right. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Mr.
Thank you
Stone. I
for your
appreciate it.
reconsideration, Your Honor. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ms. Pearson.
Thank you.
You all have a good day.
You too.
Ms. Pearson,
Yes.
Mr. Newsome is next on the list to be able to speak with you.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and send that out. And then I know, and then we have Ms. Rodriguez would like to speak to you after that. So we'll just kind of, we've got everybody lined up. I'll move you guys over.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Newsome, you're going to be receiving an invite. Let me know if you don't. Okay, Mr. Viramontes, back to you. Let me see if we've been able to find out anything.
Awesome.
I believe it
Yes.
looks like it was 16 hours on one case and then 17 hours on the other.
Yeah, Mr. Santos actually emailed the hours, 33 hours completed.
Okay, great. Mr. Viramontes, I'm going to give you credit, obviously, for all of those hours towards your fine and court costs, and I will issue an order closing out your cases. We will either email or mail you the order so that you know that they're closed out.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome. You may be excused. Have a good day.
Likewise.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, thank you for your patience. As soon as Ms. Pearson is done with Mr. Newsome, we will get you in there for your private conversation.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, do I need to get Mr. Newsome back over here, main session? There we go. All right, talking to myself this morning. Okay, Mr. Newsome is back over. Ms. Pearson, is there any announcement for the court based on the conversation you were able to have with Mr. Newsome?
Yes, there is. In exchange for a plea of no contest, my recommendation is a 90-day deferral with no new offenses, the 4-hour online drug and alcohol course, and the fine and court cost. And it appears on my docket sheet that you have given him credit for $150.
Yes, I have. So the remaining fine and court costs would be $281. Is that your understanding, Mr. Newsome, of the plea agreement that you've reached with the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take you through your plea process here in just a moment. In the meantime, Ms. Pearson, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Rodriguez.
Okay.
So that you can go ahead and have a conversation with her.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, you'll be receiving an invite here in just a moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, Mr. Newsome, in entering a no contest plea, and I will accept the plea agreement, but in entering a no contest plea, you are waiving your right to remain silent. You're waiving your right to a trial, and you're waiving your right to consult with an attorney. Knowing those 3 rights, do you wish to waive them and go forward with the no contest plea in exchange for the plea deal that's been offered to you by the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of those rights. I'm going to order that a 90-day deferral will enter. No new offenses during that 90-day period of time. You're going to take a 4-hour drug and alcohol education course. Make sure you turn that certificate into us within 60 days. And I'm going to write all of this down and what your due dates are in the order that I'm going to issue. Are you able to pay the 281 within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. And then no new offenses during this period of time. I do run your criminal history at the end of the 90 days just to make sure you haven't received any new offenses.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. So whenever you get your order, just make sure you're paying attention to those deadlines. If you miss a deadline, you might end up violating the deferred and having a conviction. But if you need additional time for any of these deadlines, you just need to reach out and make sure you send an email to Ms. Hogue. We can set you for hearing and we can talk about any additional time you may need. But in absence of that, please make sure that you follow the deadlines.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to issue that order. You should receive it by mail or email. I'll try to get it done today. It may not be until tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't have any further questions about this case, then you can be excused.
Just one question.
Yes.
Do you know the classes, are they, like, is there a link or a specific one to take?
There is a specific one that is offered. All of that information, it is a virtual class. You don't have to go in person. And within the order, I'm going to give that information.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a nice day.
You too. All right, we'll just wait for Ms. Pearson and Ms. Rodriguez to complete their discussions. Okay, Ms. Pearson, now that you've had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Rodriguez, is there an announcement for the court?
Yes, there is. In exchange for a plea of no contest, my offer to Ms. Rodriguez is a 90-day deferral with the 4-hour drug and alcohol class, online class, no new offenses, fine and court cost. I do not know whether she has jail credit or not. She is a child therapist, has a clean history, and wants to make sure this is off of her record. She did inquire about an expunction, and I advised her that once this is all said and done, she would just need to hire an attorney and go through that process.
Okay, all right. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. And whenever I look things up on our the jail software, I found that you did not spend a minimum of 8 hours in jail, so there is not $150 credit on the case. So the total amount owed would be $431. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need a payment plan?
Is there any type of payment plan that I can get information on, please?
You bet. So what I generally ask on these for a payment plan is when you can make your first payment, how much you can pay and how often can you pay? So what works for your financial status right now?
Let me see. I can probably make a $100 payment this coming Friday.
Okay.
And then if I can do $75 a month after.
That's not a problem. As long as it is fully paid within the 3-month period of time, do you think you can pay it by the 90th day?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. And so for the $75, how often do you want to pay after you make your initial payment on Friday? Every 2 weeks, would that work? Or I'm just trying to think for the 431 to make sure you can get it. And you can always pay more than the 75 at any given payment time. You just can't go less.
Right.
But if you know, having said that, if you need to go less, just let us know so I can make an adjustment in the order.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I can probably pay $100 every 2 weeks until it's paid off.
Okay.
Starting with this Friday.
Okay. Are you sure is that gonna work or?
Yes, I just want to make sure that it's paid off.
Okay. Well, and I know, especially with the holidays coming up, I don't want you to end up having a payment plan that's going to be too much of a financial strain. So I am mindful of that as well.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I just have a couple of questions. Ms. Rodriguez, when we were talking, were you with Charles Senseman?
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all bond out at the same time?
I bonded out a few hours before he did.
Okay. Okay.
Ms. Pearson, did you want to offer a reduction in the fine?
Well, actually, yes, I think that I would. They were together and he did receive $150 credit, but he bonded out, after the fact. But I would be more than happy to reduce her fine amount by $150 such that then her total owing would be $281.
Okay. And the court will approve that.
Okay.
It looks like you were about an hour shy.
Yes.
Something like that. So, I mean, you did spend, I know it was at least 6 hours. I think you were just a little bit shy
Right.
of the full 8 hours. Well, the court will accept that. So rather than 431, you'll owe 281.
Okay.
Do you want to spread out your payments a little bit more with it being 281 or?
Yes, if I could. So 281 over 3 months would be.
You want to do $100 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with your first payment this Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and there is a $15 time payment fee that's going to get added, which will bump you up, almost to that $100 for that final payment. What would that be? Yeah, it'd be $96, I believe. Is that doable? Would that work?
Yes,
for you?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That $15, is that every month?
No, that's only a one-time payment.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not for sure if I went through this, so let me back up just a second. So when you enter a no contest plea, you are waiving your right to remain silent. You're waiving your right to a trial, and you're waiving your right to consult with an attorney. Do you want to waive those 3 rights and go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So just to recap, we're going to do a 90-day deferred. There will be a 4-hour drug alcohol education course that needs to be completed within 60 days. We're going to do a payment plan with regard to the $281. I'll write all this down for you and all your deadlines. Your initial payment of $100 is going to be on December 9th, this Friday. The next payment then would be on or before January 9th, in the amount of $100. And then the remaining amount would be on February 9th. No new offenses during this period of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Rodriguez?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here and taking care of this, and appreciate it.
Thank you. No, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Ms.
All right, you may be excused. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Okay, while we're on here, I've got to adjust this camera because there we go. 'Cause all you see
I know.
is much of now it's good. Okay. All right. I believe we've got every case. Everybody showed up and we got everything taken care of.
So I have a couple of questions.
Mhm.
On these,
Do you want to do them online or?
no.